What if I told you that the life you're living right now, your job, your relationships, that feeling of constantly running in place, is a direct reflection of a handful of thoughts you play on repeat? It's not a coincidence that you feel stuck. It's not bad luck, and it's definitely not your fate. Your thoughts aren't just quiet whispers in your head. They are active instructions for your life. In the next few minutes, I want to show you how to find the off switch for that negative feedback loop and start building a life of true abundance. This isn't about wishful thinking. We're talking about a powerful, practical cycle that, once you really get it, will change everything. Do you know the average person has thousands of thoughts a day? But here's the wild part. For most of us, the huge majority of those thoughts are the exact same ones we had yesterday. And a huge chunk of those are negative. They're loops of worry, self-criticism, and doubt. I'm not good enough for that. I'll never get out of this hole. Why am I always so tired? Good things just don't happen for people like me. Does any of that sound familiar? It's like having a radio station stuck on a sad song, playing 24/7 in the back of your mind. You might not even consciously notice it most of the time, but it's coloring your entire world. This mental soundtrack makes you feel powerless, like life is something that just happens to you, instead of for you. You end up feeling like a victim of your circumstances, always reacting, always on the defensive. But here's the truth this whole message is built on. You are not just a passenger in your own life, you are the one at the wheel. This isn't a metaphor. It's a real process, a cycle that's running your life right now, whether you know it or not. It works like this. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions. Your actions produce your results. And those results circle right back around to reinforce your original thoughts. Think about it. You wake up with the thought, ugh, it's Monday. This week is going to be a nightmare. You immediately feel a sense of dread. That feeling makes you act differently. Maybe you're a little shorter with your partner. You scroll on your phone instead of working on that important project, and you decide you're too drained to go for a walk. The result? You have a tense morning, you get behind at work, and you feel sluggish. At the end of the day, your brain goes, "See, I told you it was going to be a horrible day," which just cements that negative thought, making it even stronger for next Monday. You're caught in a feedback loop you created. How it really works. The science of you. Now, you might have heard people connect these ideas to some really out there concepts, like your thoughts sending signals into a quantum field that magically rearranges the universe for you. While that's a cool idea, the real, scientifically observable power is happening much closer to home. It's happening inside your own head. First, let's talk about neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't carved in stone. It's more like plastic, constantly being molded and reshaped by your experiences, and especially by your thoughts. Every time you have a thought, you strengthen the connection between brain cells. It's like walking a path in the woods. The more you walk it, the wider and clearer the path becomes, and the easier it is to walk down it again. Trying to think a new, positive thought is like trying to forge a brand new path through a dense forest. It takes effort and repetition. By consciously choosing new thoughts, you are literally acting as an architect for your own brain, building pathways that serve the future you actually want. The second piece of the puzzle is a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS. The best way to think of the RAS is as a filter or a bouncer for your brain. Out of all the millions of bits of information coming at you, the RAS decides what gets your attention. Have you ever decided you wanted to buy a certain car, and then, all of a sudden, you see that exact car everywhere you go? That's your RAS in action. The cars were always there, but you didn't notice them because you hadn't told your brain they were important. This is why the saying "what you focus on expands" is so true, in a very practical sense. When you are constantly focused on lack and problems, you are programming your RAS to be on high alert for anything that proves you right. It will diligently point out every bill, every bit of bad news, every mistake. But when you start to intentionally focus on opportunity, gratitude, and solutions, you reprogram that filter. Your brain starts to actively scan your world and highlight people, information, and chances you were completely blind to before. This also explains the power of visualization. It's often said that your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. While it can definitely tell the difference, the power is that visualization fires up many of the same neural circuits as the real experience does. It's a mental rehearsal. When you vividly imagine yourself nailing a presentation, you're building the neural pathways for confidence and training your RAS to spot the resources that will help make it a reality. If this is starting to make sense, and you want to learn more about how to use your own mind to create a better life, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're just getting to the best part, the simple, practical things you can do to take back control. Look, knowing all this is one thing, but doing something with it, that's where the real change happens. So let's get into the practical, step-by-step tools you can use to take the wheel. These aren't magic tricks. They are simple ways to work with your brain's natural systems. First is intentional affirmation. Affirmations sometimes get a bad rap, but they're really just a way to interrupt old, automatic negative thoughts. An affirmation is a positive statement in the present tense that declares what you want to be true. So instead of, "I hope I can be more confident," you say, "I am confident and composed." The secret isn't just mindlessly repeating the words, it's about trying to feel the emotion behind them. When you say "I am worthy of abundance" and you let yourself actually feel a sense of worthiness, you're forging that new path in the woods. You are actively challenging the old belief and practicing a new one. Second is strategic visualization. This is your mental rehearsal. Set aside just 5 minutes a day. Close your eyes and create a detailed mental movie of your goal, as if it's already done. But don't just see it, bring in all your senses. If your goal is to be debt-free, don't just picture a zero balance. Feel the lightness in your chest. Smell the coffee on a Saturday morning where you have no money worries. Hear the sound of your own relaxed laughter. The more real you make it, the more you prime your brain to believe this is possible and train your RAS to find the way there. Third is the gratitude amplifier. This might be the simplest and fastest way to shift your entire mood and focus. Gratitude is the direct antidote to the brain's tendency to scan for threats and problems. Every day, make it a non-negotiable habit to find 3 specific things you're grateful for. Don't just make a list. For each one, take a second to feel the sincere emotion. It could be the warmth of the sun, a nice text from a friend, or the fact that you have a roof over your head. When you focus on what you have, you shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. You're training your brain to see the good that's already there. Fourth, and this is the most important one, is aligned action. This is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Your thoughts build the blueprint, your feelings provide the fuel, but your action is what actually builds the house. You can't just sit on the couch thinking positive thoughts and expect a pizza to magically show up at your door. The whole point of aligning your thoughts and feelings is to inspire you to act. When your RAS is tuned to opportunity, you'll start noticing things you missed before. An interesting email, a conversation, a random idea. Your job is to act on those nudges. Your new mindset will give you the courage to take chances you would have avoided before. Action is the bridge between the world in your head and the world at your feet. So, let's put it all together. For years, you might have been on autopilot, letting old, repetitive thoughts create your feelings, guide your actions, and build a reality that felt like it was out of your control. But now you know the truth. Your thoughts, working through the real mechanics of neuroplasticity and your brain's own filtering system, create the lens through which you see the world. That perception drives your behavior, and your behavior creates your results. You're not just a spectator watching your life unfold. You are the one creating your experience of it. The power to change your life isn't out there somewhere. It's been in your head all along. By using practical tools like affirmations, visualization, gratitude, and most importantly, taking action, you can finally take the driver's seat. You can stop feeding the reality you don't want and start deliberately investing your thoughts and energy into the one you do. Stop wasting your precious mental focus on fear and lack. Start investing it, with purpose, in the life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment you absolutely deserve. What's one thought you're going to consciously change, starting today? What's one limiting belief you're ready to leave behind? Share it down in the comments. Let's build a community of conscious creators who lift each other up. Your story matters, and your intention is powerful. And if this resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more ways to build your best life.